Unless you might be living under a rock, the biggest deal in entertainment industry is about to go down. And, well, we are most likely fucked. Hi guys, my name is Adedayo here at Streamdorm, and 2 days ago, Netflix and Warner Brothers, they had a Senate hearing to determine whether or not the government should approve for the merger between Netflix and Warner Brothers. Now, in case you have no idea, what happened is Warner Brothers is up for sale and multiple companies are trying to buy them. And so far, Netflix has stand on top. They are saying that Netflix deal is okay. They are going to go for it. Netflix deal is about $83 billion, and majority of that deal through adjustments. They are saying that they are going to pay majority of that through cash. Now, deals like that don't just get approved anyhow. They have to be government. They have to look into it and see whether or not it is good. Remember, if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, Netflix will be the biggest entertainment company in the world. They are going to have lots of IP, the Game of Thrones, the Harry Potter, DC. Lot of that is going to be under Netflix. Now, according to Netflix, what they are saying is that they are going to leave Warner Brothers as it is. They are going to maintain majority of its leaders and majority of its creative. They're also going to maintain the theatrical window of 45 days. Now, that's all Netflix deal. But that's not all that it is. Because remember, if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, it is going to be the biggest. They're going to have all that. Now, Netflix is claiming that if they do acquire, it's going to merge with their own content and the audience are going to benefit. At the end of the day, Netflix is claiming that the audience will benefit. But Netflix is a business. Warner Brothers is a business. And in business, what you have to look at is the shareholders. If the audience and the shareholders are okay, then you are doing fine in business. Now, in this game, it's not only Netflix, it's not only Warner Brothers, but there is Paramount. Paramount is owned by the Ellisons. David Ellison is currently the chairman of Paramount. His company Skydance, which is backed by his father, they acquired Paramount, and the company now is Paramount Skydance. But according to David Ellison and according to the business insiders, Paramount, the Ellisons know that if they acquire Paramount alone, it's not just it doesn't make them the biggest. It just makes them another company in the entertainment industry. Now, Paramount also owns a lot of IP. But the thing about Paramount is that they have those IP and they are dead in the water, meaning it's just a name. The biggest thing, one of the biggest franchises they own is Star Trek, and Star Trek isn't even seen as something big. Star Trek is supposed to be on par with Star Wars, but Star Trek has been funded over the years that I don't even think anyone would even be moved if there's anything Star Trek related. There's currently a Star Trek series that is going on about the Starfleet Academy, and people are like, yeah, whatever, it's just one show. So there's no really audience, or there's no really push. There are people that are watching it, but it's not that push. But there's no that push rather. So what they need now is they need something that can make them stand on top. What's that? Warner Brothers. Now, with Warner Brothers, they have lots of IPs. The same thing with Netflix. Now, Netflix is doing well. Netflix is big, but Netflix and Warner Brothers make them gigantic. But just Netflix and Warner Brothers and Paramount, it makes Paramount look big. Now, Paramount is not unlike Netflix. Netflix is saying that we don't want the TV side of it. We don't want all those things. What we want is the streaming and the movie studio side of things. So all those things is what we want. But Paramount is like, we want every single thing, and they are offering about 100, I think 110 or 109 or 103, I can't remember, but it's $100 billion more. Now, majority of that money is coming from David Ellison father, which is Larry Ellison, the the owner of Oracle. Now, Oracle recently acquired TikTok in US. So now TikTok with Oracle, they have a lot of wealth. They have the government backing and all that. But what people are looking at is that at the end of the day, none of this deal makes sense. Now, I told you with Paramount and Warner Brothers, Paramount will be big, but they're not going to be too big because no one actually have that. Oh, Paramount is Paramount. Let's go on. Whatever Paramount is doing is they have this thing, they have that IP, they have that strength, and they have that fear. Paramount is saying that they're going to do 30 movie. They have Warner Brothers. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. But people are a little bit sketchy with Paramount. The main reason is that Paramount seems to have the backing of the right wing, or at least the Donald Trump side of things. But Donald Trump is also coming out to say that it doesn't really recognize them as their friends, because so far with everything that they own, they don't seem to be pushing him as a good guy. They're just trying to ridicule him, and no one is even respecting Donald Trump, according to Donald Trump. So he's not seeing them as a good guy. Now, recently Donald Trump made a comment saying that he's not really going to get involved in whoever wins this case, whether it's Paramount, whether it's Netflix, doesn't really care. What he wants is that the DOJ should take care of things. Now, on Tuesday, there was a hearing between Netflix CEO and Warner Brothers. I think is it the CFO or so that was there, but a representative for Warner Brothers, and they had to sit down. They had those people asking them question: if you guys merge, what is going to be the outcome? Now, you should know this about Netflix. Netflix may not identify themselves as left wing or as a particular political ideology, but some politics or some people in the political space are noticing that Netflix push one political ideology than the other. That is why so far a lot of people in the right wing are saying Paramount is their thing, it's their people, because they feel that the Ellisons are right wing and conservative people. Now remember, this is about business. So it doesn't really matter if you claim one side to be right wing or you claim one side to be left wing. All of them are still going to look at the money. So what's happening, what happened in that hearing? We have people from the left wing and people from the right wing, and everybody asking the question, what is going to happen? Now, according to Netflix, they're saying that if they merge, they are going to keep the 45-day window that is the industry standard. They're going to release the movies as it is. They are going to fire as much people as possible. They're not going to fire so many people. That's not exactly how they put it, but they're just going to keep everything as it is. They just need to know that they own Warner Brothers and everything is going to be better. Now, what you should know about Netflix is that Netflix business model doesn't mean that we are going to start having a very long theatrical window. Netflix wants, at the end of the day, you're on your phone or your system or your TV, you are consuming Netflix content. So if they put movies in the theaters, it's not really doing the theater business well. Now, the thing about that Netflix Warner Brothers deal is that if you look at it, I'm going to talk about this thing as a Nigerian. I'm wearing my Nigerian clothes, thank God for that. Is that between Netflix and Paramount, which is better? A lot of Nigerians will tell you Netflix is a better choice. Why? Netflix is global and Netflix content is available in Nigeria. I remember, I think it was last year, I put out a post saying that DC and Warner Brothers should make DC or HBO available in Nigeria. That is not the case till this moment. So if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, they are going to acquire those contents that a lot of us outside of America can enjoy. But in Paramount's case, it is not available everywhere. I don't think there's even Paramount Plus available in Nigeria. So that is why a lot of Nigerians, a lot of people abroad will consider Netflix. But if you are that person that love going to the cinema, Netflix doesn't feel right. They claim that that's what they are going to do, but their business model isn't that kind of thing. So they're like, this thing is too is too fishy. Now if you look at Paramount things, they're like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. But people also like, it's too fishy. You're going to be pushing one political ideology. Now, as a Nigerian, if you're looking at morals, if Paramount is designed as right wing or MAGA, but somewhere in Africa they'll be like, a lot of things in those those things they don't like transgender, they don't accept transgenderism, they don't accept homosexualism, they don't accept all those kind of things. People will be like, Paramount is good. But at the end of the day, if you're looking at all those things, it is you as a consumer. Which would you prefer? Do you want to watch the next The Batman on Netflix? Do you want to watch the next Batman on Paramount Plus? Do you want to watch it in theaters? That's everything that you're going to consider and say that, okay, this is the right move for me. Now I'm going to head over to the Guardians to read some of the things that went down. Like I'm going to give you like a quick rundown and quick comments of what exactly happened. Now, there was a question that was asked by one of the senators. He said that, why is it that so much of Netflix content for children promotes transgender ideology, and an enormous amount of your children's programming has ideology in it? Now, Ted Sarandos, who is the CEO of Netflix, says Netflix programming has no agenda of any kind, adding, we feature a wide varieties of stories and programs to meet a wide variety of tastes. Now, they are saying that Netflix is just for everybody. Everybody can watch Netflix. Now, the man also said, my concern is that you don't share my values or that of many American parents. I think we ought to be concerned about what content you are promoting. So a lot of this during the hearing, a lot of people in the right wing were like, Netflix is pushing one ideology. And the thing about Hollywood is that I've noticed something is that you have to pick a side. There is no so far it has that's what it's been, because you watch the Grammys the other day, it's all about I South. You can, I am not in America, so you can always say whatever comment you want to read. But a lot of people are like I South. So if your company claims that this is what they want to do, and your company is going to own majority of the power, the government is looking at, is that power going to fit my own ideology? Is it going to fit the message I'm trying to push? You can call it propaganda or whatever it is you want to call it. So whether it is right wing or left wing. So the same thing is going to happen if Paramount says that they want to buy and they sit down and have the hearing. People are going to be like, what are you going to do about the gay people? What are you going to do about the immigrants? What are you going to do about the transgenders? It is the same thing. So in hindsight, people were looking at it that Netflix and Warner Brothers, because majority of the headlines were saying that they are not not defending themselves as they should. So there's no argument that they made. Even there's one I saw from Ted Cruz. It was like, you guys haven't given me any reason for me to approve this, and I'm looking at it that I'm not going to approve this, because so far there's nothing that you guys are doing that is, this is for me, it is for my people, it is for the people that voted for me. So it's going to be a long battle. It's going to be a long battle between shareholders, consumers, the general public, even government themselves. So as this thing is going, we are going to be giving you more information. You can check out streamdorm.com, sign up to our newsletter, check out our website for these articles, and our social media platform as Streamdorm everywhere. So I want you guys to put your comments and your thoughts down in the comment section below. You guys are hearing. Do you feel Netflix or Warner Brothers have an argument, or even Paramount is Paramount the best in this conversation? I personally would want to see, and I though I have my pick, but I want to see where exactly is going to happen. Well, I would say that why can't Warner Brothers be on? Must it sell? But that's just a question that I'm going to leave to you guys, the audience. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, comment, share, and do all that. Search me at the Robot social media platform, and bye for now.